So walk us through this transition, how this occurred, that you go from DB for your career to wide receiver.
The transition, the new staff came in. We had our fourth quarter workouts. It was a whole lot of agility things, and I guess Coach Galloway had seen some of my cuts and thought maybe I was a receiver. Then we went through about, I'd say, the first week of spring ball. I went my first 3 days at corner. And then on my way out for spring break, Coach Galloway brought me into his office and talked to me. He was like, you look like a receiver, this and that. And he was like, when's the last time you played receiver? You played in high school? I was like, honestly, I didn't really play receiver in high school. I played a little bit, but I really haven't played receiver since middle school. And I was telling him that. And he was like, well, you look like a receiver. And as he's saying, I'm thinking, like, I've been playing corner, strictly corner for 7 years. Like, what are you, So he told me, think about it, and I was like, okay. And at first, when he had talked to me about it, I was kind of reluctant because, again, I haven't played receiver really since middle school. And then on my way home to Charlotte for the break, Coach Dre Block called me and was saying that Coach Mack and Galloway really want to see me a receiver, and he was just telling me, I think you can do it. He was just selling me on. He was telling me, don't be afraid to try. Take a step out and see what happens. So ultimately, when I came back, I was like, all right, I'm gonna be a receiver. And since then, I've just been learning the playbook, and things have been going really well. So that's all. Trust me, when y'all see, me going receiver, I didn't do that. That's Coach Mack and Galloway. They saw talent, and they told me I'd be better suited there. And it's going good.
You've been the hot name in spring. Everybody's kind of mentioned you as a guy that's kind of stood out. What has led to that? What's made it easy, or what's made it look easy at least?
I think for one, and it's what Coach Brown and Galloway tell me. They say I'm more natural at it, and I agree with that. It's just been easier. It's been, running, catching, cutting, things like that. It's came easy to me. And then on top of that, I got Coach Galloway coaching me, and he's coached so many people. I mean, Tavon Austin, Stedman Bailey, goes so on and so on. So I have a really good coach. So on top of all that, it's just, I'd have to say coaching and the offense we're running, it just made things really easy. Yeah.
How beneficial is it that you've played DB for so long, especially at the college level?
It's been very beneficial just because when I line up, I can kind of tell with the 2 high, 1 high as far as safeties. That's probably the biggest thing you need to figure out if it's 2 high or 1 high. And I can tell, is he trying to, disguise, or they're going to do this or that, because some of my routes is going to change my trajectory out of my cut. So yeah, playing defense definitely, seeing 2 high show, 1 high, things like that has definitely helped me big time.
For somebody who has never played cornerback before, especially at the college level, can you tell me what 1 high, 2 high is? Or can you break that down?
So 2 high, 1 high. 2 high is for I'm talking about the safeties. Usually, cover 2, cover 4, things like that is where you have 2 high safeties. Cover 1, man, cover 3 is where you have 1 high safety, just 1 safety in the middle. So all your 1 highs, the other safety is typically in the box. So it just determines, 1 high, you might not be able to run those middle routes deep. But when the 2 high, they're split, so you can go down the middle, things like that. That's what it is.
Coach Brown was kind of joking that you were sort of calling out the defensive plays now that you're on offense. Is it hard not to do that?
Yeah, I mean, when we're actually doing it, I won't say it, but I'll see some calls. Not the call, but when I see them line up, I know what they're running. But also on top of that, the good thing about it is, like I said, I was playing corner for this new staff for 3 days, so I only know their basic stuff. I don't really know what they're doing. I just know basic cover 2, 3, 4. I don't actually truly know, what they're doing. So it's not like I'm going out there and I know exactly this guy splits and this guy.
What assured you that it was the right decision for you?
Well, what assured me was 3 things. I'd say Coach Mack Brown. I mean, he's been in the business for 42 years. He's seen every type of person. And if he tells me something, even though I don't believe, I had no clue, but he says he sees something, so you got to trust that. He's been there for 42 years. Coach Galloway, like I said, he's coached so many receivers, and it goes down the line. So you got to trust those 2. They're highly respected people, and they know what they're talking about. And then thirdly was Coach Block. Coach Block talking to me too, because I was so close to him up until this point, because he was always here my first 4 years. He told me too, just believe in yourself and give it a shot. So that assured me. It's just the people. It's Coach Mack, Galloway, Coach Block. Those are 3 highly respected people in the college game. So it's easy. You don't really have to worry about it. The biggest thing for me was believing in myself, getting into it, because I really was like, man, I have not played receiver since I was like 12, 13. But if they say that I can do it, then they see something. You got to trust that.
You said it's pretty scary.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No doubt. because Coach Galloway made me run routes after the second practice, just cause. And I was thinking, oh, okay, you know, they might play me both ways. That's cool. Not many people do that. And then it turned into you're going to be a receiver primarily. I was like, oh, you know, I really haven't played in like 8 years. And they're like, no, don't worry about that. We'll get you going and we'll get you coached up. And so yeah, I was a little nervous, but once I went out there and started playing, I saw the vision they saw. I'm like, you know, I can do this. So
we expected you to be a leader on this team on the defensive side because you've been around so long.
Right.
How does that change going into the wide receiver room as a new face on that side?
It's a little different because on the defensive side, like Trey Morrison, Javon Terry, Bryson Richardson, all those guys, they call me like grandpa or uncle, like I'm the old guy. Because I was here when we went to the AC Championship, and that was a while ago. So I go from being the old man to at receiver, it's almost like I'm a freshman because I just got here. This is, I don't even think it's been 2 weeks fully. So I've been here on office for 2 weeks. So it feels like I'm the new guy. Like I don't feel like an old guy anymore. So it's fun though. I feel like I don't say I feel like a freshman, but I feel young. So yeah, it's definitely different. It's definitely different. Once I learn the playbook and things like that, I think it'll be more. I'm not the rookie or the young guy, but right now since I'm learning, it's like I feel like a young guy.
It sounds like you've embraced it.
Yeah, I've definitely embraced it. After the first practice, I was like, you know what, I can do it. I can do this. So yeah, I've definitely embraced it now that we're 5-6 practices in of me being a receiver, the scrimmages and all that. I'm 100%. I'm ready to go.
So did you worry about your fellow defensive back kind of being kind of thin, especially after KJ Love and then Patman?
Yeah, that's crazy because when it did happen, at the time I was the first one to go. So we actually had depth and it wasn't really a problem. So I was the first one to go. I think 2 days later was what happened with 9, and then I think the day after that was when CJ, had to retire. So I was the first one, so I wasn't worried about it. But then after those two, I look over there, I'm like, wow, they only have it's looking thin over there. So my first thought was like, will they maybe make me go back, But that wasn't a thought or anything like that. But yeah, now that I see it, it's like, sheesh, like they've gotten thin. But times like this is good because for guys like Storm Duck and DeAndre Hollins, they get more reps and they get thrown in the fire. So it'll be good for them. It'll be good for them. I mean, I remember there were times my first spring, it was MJ Stewart, Des Lawrence, me, and Miles Woodford. We only had 4 of us, and that made me better. So for them, they'll be fine. We don't have a game to play, so they'll be. It's tough. It puts stress on them, but in the end run, it'll be good for them. Then we got 2-3 guys coming in.
I think Michael Carter said the other day that your vertical is 41 inches. Is that right?
Yeah, that was my this 2016. Yeah, I jumped 41. Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What's your 40?
40? I don't know. I don't know. We don't. Since I've been here, we've never ran a 40. Anything below 4.4, I'd be happy, ecstatic about. So I don't know.
So how can I get my vertical from 30 to 35?
30 to 35?
I can jump higher than that.
Oh, okay, I'm about to say you probably jump higher than that.
I was just trying to be modest.
Oh yeah, you being. I like that.
What can I get from 34 to 38?
34 to 38. Just step in the weight room with us in the summer and get with Coach Hess. He'll get you about 4 to 5 inches in about 2 months, give or take. That's all you got to do. That's why I'm excited for this summer. I mean, we did a little bit of testing, and then we're gonna work with Hess and the guys. So I can't wait to see what my numbers look like come camp. So join us in the weight room this summer.
Thanks, Corey.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, man.